Ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Then right here, it was easier to do this than to reset the saw and do the cut through. So I just have to finish the breaking the strength of this right across here. And just so it bends easier, I cut these ribs a little bit. And that should get it. Okay. Then, right here, without hitting the batteries, just get started on the edge, grab it, and get some room to get your pliers in, then pry the other way and break it off. Same thing here. Get just a little end of it without hurting the battery, hopefully. That's a tough one. Sometimes that glue really hangs on. So I didn't hurt anything. Those are good. Okay. Then at the positive end, we have a piece of paper between the terminals to protect it. So if I get my knife between that piece of paper and the plastic, I can cut right down. Voila. Then here, just gonna destroy the hoop strength on this box so it bends and breaks loose of the glue between the printed circuit board and the outer case. You want to go with this end towards you with a connector, and you get the other half, and you get your pliers down in against the board rather than on the battery. I just nicked the battery. That was my mistake. See what I did?
Yeah.
So I try not to do that. And sometimes it'll come from one side.
It looks like it's ready to come apart, the whole thing.
Yeah.
Nice.
If not, then you go to the other side and do the same thing. Okay, so now we want to cut at the back edge of the board. Let the silicone be between the knife and the battery, and don't go deep, just deep enough to get the silicone. And stay against the board. Use the board as your guide. This one, the silicone really wasn't attached to the board. They didn't do a great job. Most of the time it is, though. Same thing here. Whoever did this one did a bad caulk job, so.
Good for us,
That's
or good
fine.
for you.
Now we have some strips to cut. This is positive. Be careful because you can spark it. And I don't go deep, and I stay to the right of the paper. See the paper in there on the end of the battery? So I go in here between the paper and the plastic, and I don't try to go deep. I just kind of punch, and I get that broken. These are pretty easy. There's a little loop. This comes out and back. So you catch the radius point of that loop, go right through it. Same thing here, right through it. That should should be all you need to do. Now you break them loose. This one's going to fold this way because there's a strip. The other one's over here. So when it breaks loose, it folds over here. I thought about using the knife to cut them, but this has been working, so just cut the strip. Try not to nick the battery. Break it loose and it's going to go the other way. Cut the strip. It's a little cumbersome because they're kind of flopping around like a wet noodle. Like that. Break this one. And there's the other strip that I didn't cut from the front. And there we are, and that goes to recycle.
The tool again.
Okay. All right, so we start with the positive, or we start with the negative side, and we're gonna break the strip. So I like to use this guy personally, and I haven't destroyed the batteries doing so, but I could. We'll just do this. Takes a little more effort, but it's safer for the battery. Just kind of get them up to where they become a grip for peeling. Just push the flat nose against the battery and just keep scraping. I got that one. Sometimes a little twisting motion also helps. That's pretty clean. They don't have to be perfectly clean. What I've also found is a little rub on the workbench knocks off any sharp points. Pretty good. Give it a rub. And then we go to the other side. Now we don't have any connection between the batteries, so this one's hanging onto the strip pretty good. You see the glue. Takes a little work sometimes. There's a nice insulator here, so you don't have to worry so much about breaking the skin on the battery wrap. The positive side, I think, is easier. Again, I grab the side of the terminal with one jaw, scrape across the top with the other one. Technique that Mr. John showed me. Works pretty good. And there we are. Terminals are clean. Then this little guy I got at Norvac, which is an electronics store, and I don't know the real purpose of it. I just found it there. He said it was used to pry. They use it in not telecommunications, but installers for audio equipment and stuff like that. There's something they use this for prying. I'll have to find out what that is. But I tried using a razor knife, but what happens is I go through and I cut the skin here and bare the metal. So I just tried this last time and it worked better. It's gentler on that wrap. And for the most part,
Nice.
it does pretty good. And no cuts on the wrap. You kind of hold it at a 45-degree angle so it snow plows to the side, and it kind of cuts a little bit.
Official technical term. Snow plows.
Yeah, well, you've seen a snow plow go down the road shoving
No, it's a great term. I like it.
snow over to one side.
Yeah.
That's what we do. Okay, and then last one. This strip sometimes kind of gets in the way. I don't know why that's there.
Looks like a temperature sensor. Oh, it says pull on it.
This is a prying tool. There you go. And once you get that out, trying to break these like that, the tension strength of that glue is hard to overcome. I got to set that one aside because I hit it with my needle nose.
Yeah.
So we'll patch that. Break them loose. Let me set that up here to remember to do that. And this one, my thumb is really sore today, so I use the pliers.
Sore for good reason.
There you go.
Voila.
Now we just clean up the silicone to whatever degree you want to do that. This works great for that. It's a wonderful little cleanup tool. It just scrapes it right off and saves my thumbnail.
Nice.
And you just do that on all of them.
And then you capacity test each one.